while Ollie Bevan arriving household to discover how her man Dom had brushed and bright her favorite Earth Wanderer, she should include guessable how thing was incorrectly. She came in and told, thanks to for clean the vehicle, says House. Or I replied how we are marketing it, and it was already up on eBay. The was behind in 2011, while the pair were hard to get Priscilla up and fleeing. They were putting their £50,000 saving, and loan more than cash of friends and household, but Dom implemented how they were yet brief. So the Earth Wanderer had to go. Or it was okay very, says Ollie, 48. We could go our two guys to the regional high school, and the cash we got for the car pay for several complete web page adverts in the major wedding periodicals. A year after the pair upped the bet by marketing their household to lift more than cash for Priscilla. It was a big jump of belief, says House, 49. Yet the reality we were both of in it along helping. Fortunately for Dom and Ollie, the gambles pay away, and their business is present one of the UK's largest famous on the internet marriage souvenir listing providers. In a yearly circulation of more than rather than £15 metre, the bathtub-based industry is now utilised by more than rather than 30,000 brides and grooms per year. Quickly to Weds can compare a souvenir desire listing of the means and services of the more than rather than 500 brands how Priscilla stocks, be it request for a deposit to the price of their honeymoon, or a set of chic kitchen pans. Yet time everyone, of France Kitchen Utensils Business Le Creuset to Feast Company Mr. and Mrs. Blacksmith, now supplies Priscilla, Dom and Ollie say how it was initially a problem to get business community on executive board. Ollie at first came up in the main concept for Priscilla behind in 2008. It was my date of birth, and I had been taking into account several underwhelming presents, she says. Although how it would be large if down there was an on the internet plate where I could select lot of various things of various shops, and later email how desire listing out to friends and household. I stored the gold nugget of an concept. Spurred by a few spectacles of Vine, Ollie and Dom dreamed up the nickname Priscilla, and recorded the domain behalf how each night. They later consumable the following year and a bit thought more than on the concept, that they finessed in focus particularly on marriage inclusive. In Yuletide 2010 they eventually abandoned their day jobs and start up the business. Ollie had been an interior design planner, time Dom had been a ammunition depot editor who had as well looked following the public print at Mercy Comical Ease. In cash bounded, though following they had sold out the car and downsized to a lot less building, they solved to attention on surviving 6 months at a period. We never had a 6-year schedule, says House. It was instead of ever if we could get via the following 6 months. How was ever our goal? Time the pair were sure how their website would be famous in human beings planner their weddings, the reality how they were initially fleeing it of their cuisine spreadsheet put off lot capacity suppliers. It was rather a problem initially, says Ollie. We were fleeing it of household, and we include ever been on the internet just. The put off a lot of companies, since we didn't include a bricks and stupa present. They automatic estimated how we were departure to cut prices, that weren't. Dom adds how lot companies just didn't answer to their emails, time one company's member was one day rough to them in a coffee store. We had organized a meet in him, and it rotated in a stay-up number, he says. But in spite the setbacks, the pair remained insistent, and a stream of companies signed up. The later rotated in a flooding while others saw how Priscilla was famous. It was a bit of a domino effect impact, says House. One day you got a pair of the big names on executive board, the otherwise accompanied. The pair later constructed up their client basis via routine advertisements in wedding periodicals, and favorable speech of mouth. This marriage segment is rather virus, says House. If you go to a marriage down there is a powerful opportunity how you are planner you're their own, since you are in the identical round of friends. Caroline Gould, a vocational marriage scheduler in the east of England, says how Priscilla was one of the at first business community to get marriage souvenir inclusive on the internet. Priscilla's ongoing popular was certainly helping by the reality how it helping to conduct the way as marriage planner excited on the internet, she says. My industry, the marriage planned, now gets 90% of its inquiries via the website, and how is now the identical through the production. Meantime, a increasing quantity of brides and grooms are installation up their own marriage websites, wherever their household and friends can accessing all the data they requirement. Priscilla was a pioneer in the general go on the internet. Priscilla now employs more than rather than 50 human beings at its staff in bathtub and allocation center external the town. Though it already posts talent overseas, it is now looking at expansion at international level, in devoted operative in the US and Australia. It as well owns sibling industry Getting Married, that allows couples to construct their own marriage websites. But which is it love to run a business in your man or woman? We are happy in how we dong tc every some really lot, jokes Ollie. I'm really lot the artistic party, looking following the sale, the site of the website and the picture young growth. Time I'm the business and finance party, and to several degree as well sale, says House. Ollie adds how we honor every some's strengths, and aren't competition in every some.